Welcome back to my channel Learn Psychology. So in this video, we will continue from the next three stages of Piaget theory of cognitive development. So now, pre-operational stage, which comprises almost 5 years of youngster's life, which is 2 to 7 years. Basically, the pre-operational stage, as the name suggests, that it is the transitional period of child development. In this period, the stage is characterized by child's learning names of the objects. The children actually, or the youngster, they start naming the objects according to their different characteristics, according to their name, according to their types of shapes. So in this period, actually, their vocabulary, they start their vocabulary increasing, and they start developing different relation concepts as well, such as what is bigger, what is older or taller, take from this in this period. So actually the conceptual stage starts from this is the pre-personal stage. So child's labeling of things in different form that of adults. Although the child's developed the relation concepts such as what is bigger, what is older, but the labeling, of course, the labeling of the child or of who is in 2 to 7 years is definitely different from the adults, and this difference is actually shown in their behavior. But the development is in the children's whole development is actually in starting, and the whole vocabulary and their development period has been advancing in this stage. Piaget called this concept as pre-concept stage actually. Another important characteristics of this stage is egocentrism. The egocentrism refers to that child's inability to see a situation from another person's point of view. For example, if we ask a child who is in the pre-operational stage, like 2 to 7, between the 2 to 7 years of life, that to show the drawing that he or she has just drawn to the audience or the people who are sitting in front of him, then the child show the pictures that is parallel to himself instead of to the other people. So assuming that the audience or the people who are sitting in front of him can see exactly the same as he is viewing his or her own picture. Again, the Piaget further clarifies this stage that the egocentrism child assumes that other people see, hear, and feel exactly the same as the child does. Another key feature, we can say, another development in this stage is animism. So basically, what is animism? Animism is the belief that inanimate objects such as toys and teddy bears have human feelings and intentions. For example, if we ask the child who is in the stage of between 2 to 7 years that what the teddy bear is doing, or we ask girl that what this Barbie is doing, though the response of the child would be that he's crying, or he's feeling sad, or she's feeling sad, assuming that the inanimate objects or inanimate toys have the similar feelings as the human do. Another important concept in this stage is inability to conserve, or the principle of reversibility. Piaget shows in his experiment the child's inability to conserve. The changing the outer form of something does not necessarily change its quality. It does not think logically, but rather thinks intuitively. For example, if we change the shape of the glass, and if we ask the child who is in the 2 to 7 years, or who is in the pre-personal stage of Piaget's theory, the child might say that the glass with the bigger shape has more water instead of the glass with the smaller one. So this is all about pre-operational stage. Now we are moving towards the concrete operational stage. So concrete operational stage is the comprises of year from 7 to 11 years. The child is now mature enough to use logical thoughts or operation. For example, rules. The child or the children under this stage can now understand the mathematical rules and different he or she can performs different mathematical calculations. He or she can have insight about the weight and the volume and other concepts like that, but can only apply logics to physical objects, hence concrete operational stage. But as the although the the intellectual development has advanced, but still the logics or the development is only limited to physical objects. Therefore, we call this concrete operational stage. Among the operations that children master during this stage are reversibility and decentration. So, now what is reversibility? Permits a child to mentally undo an action. Now, the children or the child under this stage can understand we can simply undo an action. For example, if the child at the early stage of concrete operational stage is playing with a dough, he or she can understand now that we can simply undo the action. We can simply change the dough in its original form. If for example he has made some sort of shape with the dough, now the dough can, we can actually reverse the shape of the dough to its original form as well. That the children hasn't developed in the pre-operational stage, the principle of reversibility. Again, decentration allows the children to focus on more than one feature of a problem simultaneously. For example, if children are playing or doing another thing, now in the, for example, when the child was in pre-operational stage, he cannot pay attention to more than one thing at a time. But now, as the development has increased, now the children age has increased. So with the increase in age, now the children has developed, the child or the children had developed the process, have now developed the process of decentration, which is that they can now pay attention, they can now focus on the feature one, on more than one feature for problems simultaneously side by side. So again, important things that happen in the concrete operational stage is that the concrete operational stage, the decline in egocentrism and to a gradual mastery of conservation as it applies to liquid, mass, number, volume, area and length. So now again the conceptual period has more advanced, and children has learned more about different has increased their vocabulary, has increased their area of interest, and has children in this concrete operational stage has developed a different concept as well, and they can perform different logical thoughts and operations with the increase in age and with increase in their intellectual capacities. So now the last stage of Piaget cognitive theory, which is formal operation stage. So this age starts from 11 years and ends throughout the adulthood. A new kind of thinking emerges, which is abstract, form, and logical and reflective. Abstract means they can now, the children now can understand what is justice, what is love, and free will. And all the abstract concepts that they were not previously cannot understand in the concrete operational stage now can be understood very well in the formal operation stage or in the formal operational period. So, this is all about Piaget's cognitive theory. Thank you so much.